Howdy, howdy. Let's do an audio test. Can everyone hear me? That's always the important question. Okay, I can hear myself. Am I using the right microphone? No, okay, I don't have my other mic plugged in. We're good. We're using the right mic. I'm broadcasting. Fantastic. Hello, everybody. I said I'd stream again, and here I am. Thank you, Kez. I am heard. So, I can't get Fallout to work. I don't know what it is. I can get just the base game running by itself, but only on the new edition. If I try and downgrade it, no matter what I do, it just crashes. I follow all the instructions, still crashes. I think I've got a setting somewhere that needs to be changed, and I haven't changed it, so that's what's causing the issue. But for the life of me, I cannot find it, so for now, no more SS2, unless I can figure out a way to fix it. Having music is either too quiet or not playing. Let's see. I think I may have turned it down last time, because I think it was a bit too loud. Let's see. Okay, we turned it up a little bit. Let me know if that's too loud, too quiet. If it's overpowering me, that is not good. Either way, we won't be here for too long. We will be playing a game today. We're going to be playing the original Baldur's Gate. That's right. The game I'm always going on about. And not even the Enhanced Edition. Is it the NVIDIA ammo setting that crashed? I did check that. It's the bullet decal, I think. But it seems like it's still set to be off. And when I was crashing, there wasn't necessarily any firing of weapons going on. So, I don't think that was the issue. That was some good thinking. I did think of that myself. Putting some thought into it, like, well, why does Fallout sometimes crash? Although, I think I actually had a mod that fixed that. So there is a mod out there that does fix the issue of the bullet decal causing a crash issue on certain newer video cards. Apparently, though, that was not my issue. So, for the time being, we're going to be playing other games for a while. Today, we're going to play Baldur's Gate. It's not going to be a proper playthrough. When I do my proper playthroughs, it tends to be sort of like a roleplay experience, so I often play the exact same way every time. Very ooh, I don't know if I can say this word. Very autistic of me. Just I need to play it the same way, with the same character build, and do all the same things. I got to be a goody two shoes. I can't do a quest evilly. That's not how Cyric would do that. And that game is actually where I get my online moniker from, because I play as Cyric. But this time we're not going to be doing that. We're not going to be playing in just the same way I always play. I'm going to be playing somewhat like I used to do when I was young. Because when I was young, I loved to mess about in that game. I'd find all the exploits, all the things you're not meant to do. I'm not going to be doing all of them, because some take some time. But I think it'll be interesting. This game is probably responsible for me being where I am now. If I hadn't have played this game, I don't think I would have got into RPG games, because I was not a strong reader when I was young. Still not really. But that game made me focus more on something and actually pay attention and fall in love with a whole genre. And if I hadn't played Baldur's Gate, I wouldn't have played the later BioWare games, almost certainly. Which means I would never have learned how to write in that style, so I probably would have never joined the Fallout 4 project of SS2. If I did, I would only do voice and I would never have written for it, so it's a game that means a lot to me. Can feels me in terms of, yep, gotta play that game the same way I always do. I enjoy it though, so it's okay. It's good to me. Because says looking forward to it. Tried getting to the original Baldur's Gate, it was a bit too aged for me. Yeah, that's the thing. Especially like I'm playing the original today, and I have to admit, like it's an old game. It's definitely a game of its time. There are quality of life things that you get in the Enhanced Edition that I wish were in the original, but it's a game from 1998. Like they didn't have this stuff figured out, and some of it they just couldn't do yet. So some of the fun is going to be the jank of it. It's going to be remembering how to play it, because there are actual differences between this and then say Baldur's Gate 2, which is the same engine but improved, and then the Enhanced Editions, which is an improved version of the Baldur's Gate 2 engine. So if you had to play Baldur's Gate today, you are not going to be playing it the way it was intended. The mechanics are going to be slightly different, the engine underneath is going to be slightly different. It's kind of like if you played Fallout 3 on the Fallout 4 engine. Yeah, it's similar, and there's a lot of overlap, but it's not the same. There's going to be differences. It's not quite as extreme as that, but I think that's a good way to sum it up. Iric in the chat says, I feel the same way about the original Fallout. By the time I tried it, it was too old. Yeah, Fallout to me feels a bit more clunky than Baldur's Gate. Strangely enough, I think... I could be wrong. I think Fallout came out just before Baldur's Gate or just after. I can't remember, but I do know the first time I played the original Fallout, it was a bit startling to me of how different it... I was expecting something more Baldur's Gate-like in gameplay, but it definitely wasn't, and that took some getting used to. Once you get used to it, it isn't so bad, but there's definitely a learning curve, especially if you come in years and years later. But let's boot the game up. I have tested this, and it did work before, but it might not work now because, of course, it won't. But let's see. I think because it's such an old game, all of the streaming software won't actually recognize it. I think I've got it working though, so I'm going to launch the game. Okay, Fallout came out October 10th, 1997. I think that might be slightly after Baldur's Gate. Check the Baldur's Gate release. We need to see. Okay, I think that works. I'm going to... I want you guys to experience what I experienced when I was young, so I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to start streaming. Game overlay. Here we go. So this is my desktop right now. And I'm hoping this works. I've got the original disc as well. I've had to plug in my external CD drive because my current computer doesn't have a CD drive. Those are things of the past. Okay, you guys let me know if you can't hear this. You should be able to hear it though. So let's see. I'm not playing on a CRT. You guys hear this? The old Black Isle logo. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen that. Sound is happy. Fantastic. Thank you guys. And this is TSR, the original owners of Dungeons & Dragons. This is their logo. This is before it was original owners of Dungeons & Dragons. A bit loud compared to me. Okay. I'll turn it down after we've done the wonderful openings. Oh, and here we have the original opening to Baldur's Gate. In the enhanced editions, they replace these with like paper cutouts, and I hate them. Like this is so much better. Aged, of course, but this to me this is yeah, it's the... I know why they replaced the intros in the enhanced edition, because these logos are really sharp. What they replaced them with was so muscular. Okay, we're going to Alt-tab out of this and turn the in-game sound down just a little bit. But I wanted you guys to experience the movies I would always sit through whenever I booted this game up. Like, I think some of that's been lost these days when you boot up a game. So, can't hear me? Oh no. Like, at all? Or just the noise of the game still? Okay, I've alt-tabbed out. Could you not hear me because the game was too loud? Or you just couldn't hear me full stop? Okay, I'm good. Game noise too loud. Okay, I'm going to turn down the game noise by 8 whole decibels. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, I'm going to go back in game. Okay. How's that now? This should be the default volume. Can you hear me? Is the game too loud? Post-apocalyptic ASMR gaming. Hello to you. How's that sounding? We good now? That's good, okay. Let me know if it's a bit too loud. I will go in and change it again. But here we have the original opening to Baldur's Gate with the Tales of the Sword Coast expansion. We're going to make a brand new game. But we're going to cheese it just a little bit here and there. We're going to play this as a young me would play it, which isn't really following the story too much. Oh, this is great. This just takes me back. So, we pick our gender. I'm male. So, in the original game, you could have custom portraits, but I've not loaded any up. I figured we're going to do completely vanilla. Oh, okay. Different name. Hello. So, we're just doing... Let's go with this guy. This is our default guy. Done. Now you pick your race. Your race in this can... Unlike newer versions of D&D, this is 2nd edition. So your race will dictate what classes you can be. For example, like an elf can't be a paladin. Can't have it. Elves are not holy enough. A human can be. A human can be any class. But a human can't multiclass, so let's click half-elf. I always used to play half-elf, even though they're kind of the worst race to play in this. But it would allow me to multiclass. And look at this, you can be 2 classes at once. This is crazy how they did it in 2nd edition. You are literally, say if you picked fighter and mage, you are both these classes at the same time and you level up in them at the same time. They stopped doing that in D&D. Now you just pick one class and then you can level up into a different class, but this was a crazy way to do it. So we're going to play as a human. We're going to play... Humans can only... As you see that, we can't multi-class. We can only do single classes. But humans, in 2nd edition D&D, can do something called dual classing, which is... It's a crazy little system. It's almost as crazy as the multi-classing. The way it works is we pick our first class, we're going to pick fighter, and we just play the game as normal and we level up in that class. And eventually, we can change classes. And the way that works is it resets us to level 1, we lose all of our fighter abilities until we get back to the level we were when we dual classed. And at that point, you get all of your first class abilities back, and then you get all the bonuses of being a new class on top of it. So it's essentially you just get to reset your character, but keep all of their abilities eventually. It's crazy. It's super overpowered if you put the time into it. And we're gonna play that a little bit and see how far we get. Maybe we won't get far enough to dual class. I'm just gonna check something real quick because there are requirements to dual classing. With a thief, I think it's just dexterity you need. We will be having a high dexterity. Alignment, I don't think changes anything crazy in the game. I think it maybe gives you a higher starting score of your reputation, and it will look you out of some classes. So I'm thinking to dual class to a thief, so you can't be lawful. Okay, let's... Oh, okay, this is a blast from the past. You get to roll dice to determine your stats. And what you would always do is, we have a roll of our dice here. You click minus on them all, and we see how many spare points we have. You could spend hours doing this. Okay, 53, that's not bad. So we have 53 points outside of the minimum amount that you need in each of these... what the hell do you call them now? Stats? Statistics? Oh god, I can't think of the word. Your main things here, strength, dexterity, constitution. But we're going to store this, and we get to re-roll. We've just rolled the dice again. And now we can see if we have a number higher than 53. Let's see, 40. Oh, no, 42. So the idea of this is you could sit here forever, re-rolling and restoring, because you can get 99. I once got 99 as a roll on this. I think you can actually get more than that. But here is another thing that I think again is unique to 2nd edition D&D. If we put our strength up, because we're a fighter, we get an extra score on our strength. This is only something fighters can do. They get a bonus to their strength, and the higher this number over here on the right, the better that bonus is. So this is quite low, this is only 31. But on the previous roll we got, so let's recall that. Let's see what our bonus was there. 0.8. Okay, that's even less. So we're gonna re-roll. We need to get more than 54, and we need to hopefully get a good amount on our strength. We're not gonna do it too many times. This is the kind of thing I would sit here for hours doing as a kid. Okay, 54, not bad, and 57, not bad. We're gonna store those. Now I'm not gonna subject you to me doing this for an hour. We're just gonna do it a few times, see what we can get. But I want to give you guys the authentic experience. Okay, 57, that's pretty good. We're storing that. Let's see what we got on the strength. Not great. We'll do one more roll, see if we get 57 or better, and if it's a better strength roll, and if not, we're gonna go with that. So let's re-roll. Perfect or nothing. I think perfect will take a while. Okay. 59. Oh, we're storing that. And what's our strength? Middling, but you know that's. I don't think we're gonna get better than 59. But I'm gonna quickly check something. I want to see what the minimum stats are to dual class to thief. I think. You know what, Eirik, you can look this up for me. If you check the Baldur's Gate wiki on the article on dual classing, and see what the requirements to dual class to thief are, I think it is a minimum dexterity score, and you can't be lawful. But it might also need a secondary score. It might need intelligence, maybe. Don't remember. While Eirik is doing that for me, because he's such a lovely boy, we're going to put everything into dexterity, highest it can go. Now, I'm fairly sure you do get penalties for low wisdom and intelligence, so we'll bump those up to 10. Charisma doesn't matter in this game. The only thing that charisma will dictate is, I think, store prices. So you've got to pay more if you're ugly, just like in real life, and your quest rewards. So the higher, I think you need at least a 16 charisma, and then generally you'll get very favorable dispositions from NPCs, and they'll be really nice to you and give you better rewards. I might just have 3 charisma and just have terrible rewards. It's not that big of a hit. I don't think charisma affects anything else. I don't think this version of the game has sorcerers yet. Sorcerers use charisma as their spellcasting. They don't exist yet in this version of the game, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're not playing a sorcerer. So I'm going to put as much into Constitution as we can. Okay. That's pretty good. 18, 18, 18. Those are crazy high. Can you either bump charisma up to 10? I still think we won't get very favorable things, or we can boost intelligence and wisdom a little bit, which I think might give us better saving throws in this version of D&D and the implementation of it. I don't think you have to have even scores in this, so let's have 13, 13, 3. Haha. Eirik has got back to us. You need at least 15 strength, 17 dexterity, and you can't be lawful good if you go to dual class to a thief. I think that applies, so we should be able to dual class with this. Skills. So in later versions of Baldur's Gate, these were separated. So we have large swords here, and as we can read, this covers bastard swords, two-handed swords, long swords, and scimitars. So they grouped all of those together. In Baldur's Gate 2 engine, they separate these out. But here they're not, so we're going to put it into large swords, and I think bow for some range stuff, because we got a pretty good dexterity there. Okay, appearance. We need slightly lighter brown hair, I think. I think I always used to go with red and black, because that looks cool. I'd always go with the default voice, and of course, we'd be called Cyric. Now this isn't the true Cyric, because true Cyric is a half-elf and he's a fighter mage. But we're messing around. Sometimes I play as a human.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast,
Now we
the
listen.
citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress
Faerun,
kept in
not
strict
Ferry.
isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You
yes.
have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
And here we are. Wow, look at those graphics. Amazing. They were actually kind of pretty good for their time. During this period, a lot of games were in early 3D, and so that was the cutting edge thing at the time. And so when Baldur's Gate was released, there was some criticism. This isn't 3D. I'm glad they didn't go 3D, because 3D looked terrible for the time. Like, it was awful. It was a gimmick. I mean, it was very important that people experimented with this brand new technology and tried to make games in it so they could find limitations and things could advance. But many games of this era that were in 3D, they don't hold up to today. Like, they did not age well. The advantage of things like this, where you have this was a 3D background, but it's been rendered out in 2D. Like, most computers of the day could run this with no problem. And I think it still looks pretty good. Like, it's not amazing, but it's nice. Eric says, graphically, I prefer Baldur's Gate to Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights has aged worse. It has. Neverwinter Nights was more a test bed for, like, technology. Neverwinter Nights was the game made after... I'm going to say after Baldur's Gate 2. Yeah, it definitely wasn't Baldur's Gate 1. And they switched to 3D in that. So that was at least 4 or 5 years after this, I think. And even then, it's not aged very well.
Not a problem.
So this is Candlekeep. This is the beginning area. This is a tutorial. These little green guys here. There we go, tutor. These guys would give you how to... Oh, let's talk to them.
Hello, child. Shall
So here-
we continue your lesson?
Now, this is one of the only things I can say I really don't like about Baldur's Gate. They have the tutorials here of how to play the game, and they're literally telling you, hey, hit the spacebar. What's a spacebar? I'm a warrior. Is that some sort of drinking establishment that's very roomy? No, it's literally the spacebar. This, I understand why they did it this way. How do you teach someone to play this game in a way that feels natural? You can't. You can't be like, hey, hit the spacebar to pause, because this game is a real-time with pause game. Combat will happen in real time, in quotations. There's dice roll going on behind the scenes, but you can just hit the spacebar at any time and pause to figure out what you want to do. So, there are mods that remove these tutorial guys, and then suddenly your immersion is way more. But I get why they did this at the time, but it's a good example of tutorials are hard. Even in SS2, when we're trying to figure out a way to teach you guys how to play something, we want it to be as immersive as possible, but get you as much information that's clear as possible. And that's really difficult to do. Like, we struggle with it. And here we have, like, this is a huge game for the time, and even they struggle with it. And this is way more complicated than a more modern game where you go in sort of, you know how to control things, you know, you have the W, A, S, and D, you understand that that is how you move in a game. At this point, most games still use the arrow keys to move about. So you'd have to tell the player, like, do you use these letter keys for some reason? Do you use these arrows? Do you use the other arrows? So tutorials were needed. And they still are. But now we can take a lot of things for granted in terms of how to control the game. Okay, now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cheese the game. So we're like, let's see. We've got 110 gold, and we couldn't buy very much of that. We could go over here to the inn. The Candlekeep Inn. And we could buy some equipment. We have a small amount of gold, yeah, 110. I think your reputation affects the gold, so what alignment you pick in the beginning affects your gold, and maybe your charisma does as well. So I'm fairly sure you can get quite a bit more than that. But here's something I figured out when I was young of what you can do. To very quickly either make some money, or at least get some good equipment. Oh, wait, I'm going to do something else first, okay. I just realized I can't do the thing I'm planning to do and go back, so we're going to return to the inn. We're going to steal some of the stuff there, because we're going to do something sneaky. You can export your character in this. So I can go do some adventures, I can export myself, then I can start a new game and import that character. And everything carries over. And you can kind of do this to really cheese the game if you want to.
It will be done.
So first of all, we're going to go steal some stuff here. I don't think anyone notices. I think it's locked. Yep. So we're going to smash it open. Some scrolls and some gold. Very nice. Okay, these guys, they're going to notice us stealing, so let's not do that right now. This guy gives us a quest.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Do you want me to read out these NPCs, or do you want me to just like breeze through it? I can do either. I'm happy to do either. If I read it, it's going to take some time. I'm thinking summing up is probably the best way to do things. So, until you guys have decided. Something else I don't like about Baldur's Gate that they did rectify in the sequel is you get these giant blocks of text. Now this is quite small as far as the giant blocks goes. But this is something that they rectified in the next games, where they would limit the text. You'd have to click continue, and text would be broken up. And just by doing that, it made it a lot more readable for someone like me, who was a really poor reader. So that was a clever decision. And that is also a design decision that we brought forward into Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, we have something called, well, in Fallout 4 SS2, we have something called the 5-card rule. So, by default, in Fallout 4, you are limited to 250 characters of text in each block of talking that an NPC can do to you. Bethesda sticks to this for the most part. They do break it occasionally. When you meet Preston for the first time, at one point he has a whole paragraph that he just talks for some reason. But mostly in Fallout 4 they stick to only 250 characters and they break it up. Now, because we reuse player lines, it often limits us, and we often need NPCs to say a bit more to give context to things. Problem is, if you do this, suddenly you can have NPCs talking for a really, really long time, and this doesn't feel good. So we found that the sweet spot is no more than 5 lots of 250 character chunks, or cards, because we use a program called Twine. We use a single card to represent a single chunk of that dialogue, so 250 characters on one card, 250 characters on the next card, so on and so forth. And no more than 5 cards before the player can interrupt, because otherwise it is too much text. This game has this problem, it gives you too much text sometimes. They fix it in the sequels. I think they got a feedback from either the people who played it, or internal. Someone might have said to them, like, this is too much, you gotta break it up. So, this game taught me that, because as a kid, I would never read this when I first started playing. This was too much for me. I just kind of look at some of the words and then just click next and kind of try and figure out what I'm meant to do, even though I didn't get any instructions. And I thought that's, in retrospect, that's quite an interesting lesson I accidentally learned. Kit says, I'm torn between voice acting and just summing up. We'll sum up, like, Baldur's Gate, at this point, isn't that interesting in terms of story. This is a tutorial area. This is teaching us game mechanics. So this guy, he's giving us a really simple quest. He wants us to go get an identify scroll from a guy hanging out in the keep grounds, and he wants us to bring it back to him. If we do it, he rewards us with some experience and some stuff. But the scroll he gives us is kind of valuable.
Not a problem.
So I'm going to keep hold of it. Okay, this guy's sleeping, so we can steal his stuff. He's not going to complain. It's locked. We're going to force it open. Ideally, if you were a thief, you'd have the ability to pick these locks. We're not a thief. So we can... Because we're strong, though, we can smash it open. And just take what's in there. But we don't gain any experience for it. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to open this. This is, I remember there's some high-value items in here. No, we can't force this open. I think it's going to be a bit too tough. We can keep trying, though. Okay, F3. I'm going to spam it. I don't think we're going to get in. I think I've got to be a bit stronger. Stealing stuff is awesome. Yeah, it's... This is something that happens, I think, in Fallout. Even if you're playing like a goody two-shoes, you're still going to steal things from people. You're still going to rummage through their possessions. You're going to go into their house at night and steal things. Why? Because there's no consequence to it. I'd love to see future Fallout games where there is some sort of downside to just stealing everything that's not nailed down, because you're kind of stupid not to. You're making the game way more difficult for yourself. Like, do I buy this gun for like 10,000 bottle caps? Or do I just go into this guy's house because I know he's got it on a table and I just take it and just don't get caught with it, and then I've got a free gun? Like, that makes way more sense, but there's no downside to it. Same in this game. There is a downside to stealing if you get caught, but you can just avoid being caught. So we'll actually see that downside shortly. We're going to steal all the stuff we can for now. Oh, this guy has nothing to steal. Okay. This guy over here. The way this works is if someone's in the room with you, like this guy, he's going to notice me stealing from this, and he's going to call the guards. There are ways around this. I could beat him unconscious, which I think I might do. And as long as he doesn't run away and call the guards, I think we'll get away with it, and we won't get a penalty. Because we'll only get a penalty if we kill him. If you're playing like a mage, you could just like cast sleep on him and then steal his stuff. But we're going to try punching him to death. Let's see how this works. I'm going to quick save. I think Q? Yep, there we go. And we're going to try knocking this guy out. Oh, one hit. And we're going to force this open. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And off we go. He's not going to call the guards. Off we go. Hey, I'm not save scumming. I have not save scum. I might have, but I didn't. We got away with it. There we go. And now I've got a bunch more gold. I've got some valuables I can sell. Now, I think gold does transfer with me if I export, so... But we're not going to do that just yet.
With ease.
We're going to go get that scroll that Elven Firebead wanted us to get. I think that's his name. And the guy we want is either down here or up there. He walks about, so we're going to go find him.
In the year of the turrets,
These guys, at least one of them, is actually telling you the plot of the story. Because they're talking. So there's a character in the D&D universe called Orlando the Wise, Orlando the Seer, and he foresaw loads of prophecies, and I think he founded Candlekeep, where we are now. And he wrote down all these prophecies, and one of them is the prophecy of the Ballspawn and the Time of Troubles. Spoilers: you are a Ballspawn. You are a product of the Time of Troubles.
Hey,
oh, here's
it's
Emwyn.
me, Emwyn.
Here she comes. So Emwyn is... We don't know this yet. She's your sister, technically. She's also a Ballspawn. Although, in Baldur's Gate 1, she wasn't. This is something they retconned in Baldur's Gate 2. It kind of makes sense. It kind of works. And also, in this game's universe, Emwyn was originally a different character. She doesn't serve the same purpose she does right now. At the moment, she's serving the purpose of telling us some story stuff and sort of moving us on the plot. She's telling us that, hey, Gorion, he wants you to go do some... No. Okay. Basically, Gorion wants to leave. She knows this. She's talking to you about it. She's giving you some exposition about it. And you can be nice to her or tell her to go away. I'm gonna be nice. She wants to go with us. She's saying, don't be silly. Of course I can't go with you. And then she leaves. Okay, so she knows something's up. That's what she's kind of teaching us. This is Gorion. If we talk to him, we leave this tutorial area. We don't want to do that just yet. We want to find that guy with the scroll, and then we're going to go do something else. There he is.
Greetings, young one.
Firebead sent me here. I sent you here. Very well. Here's your scroll. Blah, blah. Okay, got the scroll. It's an identify scroll. Those are valuable, especially once we get a wizard who can cast that spell. There are items you can find in this game, and they're unidentified. If an item is unidentified, you can't use it. Now, you can go to a store to have it identified, or you can have a wizard cast Identify on it, or if they have a high enough lore, they can just know what the item is.
Our rules.
Okay, here's the guy we want to
very
Where's he?
strict.
There he is. So this is Gate Warden. He's like, oh, you're going somewhere. And I'm like, yes, I am. He says, well, let's teach you how to fight. So we go over here, and this will bring us to the combat mechanic. Oh, combat tutorial. Sorry.
Wisdom is only
So this guy's just
possessed by the
blah, blah, blah.
learned.
This is how you fight, blah, blah, blah. This is how you control a party, blah, blah, blah. And we get a tutorial
It
party.
will be done.
Just gonna jump through. That is what
With ease.
I'm going to engage just so I don't get killed. Oop. How's that? Get away.
I need a choice.
I think the AI can take this. I guess I'll help tiny bit. It's running away! Okay. We've killed all those monsters. So we've been given a tutorial party here. And these guys have equipment. That's nice. I have next to no equipment. I've just got some basic things we've picked up. But what I can do is, I can just take their equipment and put it into my own inventory. Now, if you were to leave this area after finishing the tutorial, everything I've just taken would be taken from your inventory, because the developers force about this. They know what players are like. But we talked about something before that's a workaround. So look at that. I've got now the best armor in the game. Well, best basic armor. We've got a helmet, which protects against critical strikes. We've got some wands. Apparently we can use this. That doesn't seem right. Huh. I thought only mages could use this. Maybe in Baldur's Gate 1 they hadn't implemented that yet? Because I'm only a fighter. Maybe it's intelligence. No, I didn't put anything into intelligence. Okay, that's weird. So we're just going to take all these guys' stuff. Anything that's worth any money. A bow. Arrows aren't really worth much, but let's take them. There we go. Look, I'm pretty well kitted out now. So here's the thing. Over here on the left, this is your armor class. So an armor class of 6. I'm not going to go into the mathematics of how this works, but in 2nd edition D&D, the lower your armor score, the better, not the higher. So we're now -1. Most things won't be able to hit us right now, and that's good. Okay, so we've got all this fun equipment, including an unidentified shield. We can't identify this, and we can't use the scroll we found, but maybe we can have someone identify. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to the character screen, we're going to export. We're going to export this guy. Oh, Cyric test. Oh, only Cyric T. We can call myself Cyric T. Oh, it's TR. Oh, okay, whatever. Done. We're exported. Now we're going to go back to the main menu. I'm going to start a new game. We're going to import. There I am. There's my armor. We're called Cyric Stole.
Nestled atop.
Skip.
With ease.
There we go. We've just got some of the best equipment in the game, and it will be taken from us. That's very cheaty, that's very hacky, but that's what you can do. Okay, let's go sell some of the stuff we don't need. So, we don't need this ring, we don't need that necklace. Okay, potions are good. Okay, I'm going to keep this level armor. We can sell for a bunch of this now and get a whole bunch of gold, and then we can use that gold to buy things.
as clean as an elven arse.
Okay, this guy is making fun of us. He's saying it's going to cost 5,000 gold pieces, but he's just kidding. Okay, now we're just going to sell all the stuff that we grabbed. Yeah, we're going to sell that ring. We're going to sell the necklace. Might keep that chainmail. Sell that mace. We're going to keep that leather armor. Keep the sell the warhammer. Going to keep that helmet. All right. Now I've got a bit of extra gold. Not bad, not bad. And we can loot these things again, because this is a new game. So get the gold, get those scrolls. I guess we can go beat that guy senseless again.
Not a problem.
Kez says, maybe I can try Baldur's Gate again. I think it's a fun game. I think once you get used to how it plays, you'd probably have a smoother experience. It's definitely something that's going to be difficult to get into if you've never played it before. But we're going to leave the tutorial area shortly. Okay, we're going to Beat this guy unconscious. That's right, get in that corner, you. Fantastic. Right, we're going to take his stuff. I'm chaotic good, I'm not lawful good. Oh, I've been noticed. Run. Okay. This guy wants to, I think, fine us a bunch of money. Or we can fight him. I'm going to say, up yours, you uppity bald virgin. He's going to get hostile, but we can just leave. If we killed him, we'd get a reputation hit.
Not a problem.
And I don't want to get that. And in the original Baldur's Gate, hostiles, I don't think, follow you through area transitions. So he's stuck up there now. And we're just never going to go back. And we're fine. No one knows what I do.
Decent folk nowadays.
Okay, this time, we're actually going to do this guy's quest. I don't think the game is going to take the scroll we had last time.
With ease.
So there's a whole bunch of characters in this area that will give you sort of basic quests to do and then some experience. We're only doing 1 or 2 of them. But it does a decent job of teaching you some of the game's mechanics. Like there's a cow up there that's been poisoned and you got to go and find some antidote for it. You can just keep the antidote. Or you can do the quest and get some experience. Where's that guy? He's wandered off. There he is.
Greetings, young one.
Okay, he's given us the scroll, and we'll go give it back to that guy. We'll do another small side quest while we're here. One of the guards here wants some bolts for his crossbow, so we'll pick those up in the inn. And I think he's going to give us the bad reward because we have a charisma of 3, so we're definitely going to get the bad reward from him. He's going to be rude to us. But let's...
Not a problem.
We'll give this guy...
So hard to find
scroll.
decent folk nowadays.
Ah, he's very happy. We didn't run out of it. So we've got a bit of experience. We gained an item. I think, did we get a gem? Or was it a ring? He gave us something. I can't remember what it is. And he also cast a protection spell on us, which is useful because there are...
My hotel's
There are some
as
hostiles
clean
who
as
will
an
attack us.
elven arse.
Okay, we want to buy... Oh, we can steal as well. So if you're a thief, you get the steal menu over here, and you can sort of roll to steal a merchant's inventory. It's super overpowered in some areas. We might do that. We might get a thief and train them to be a good pickpocket. But right now, we just need... Where are they? There we go. We just need 1 gold to buy these bolts. We can go do the side quest. We might as well kill the 2 hostile guys.
Not a
I mean, we got
problem.
fantastic armor. Oh, you know what? I'm going to buy a sword. I might as well. I've got the money.
It will
and
be
I
done.
think the starting
My
store is quite cheap.
hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
So, we'll get a 2-handed just to begin with. Yeah, let's go with this guy. There we go. Now we have so this is our... To hit a armor class of 0, we'd have to roll 17. That's what that means. Thaco. So I think if we were to put our quarterstaff back, that would go down. Up? No, it goes up. Okay. Again, it's the opposite of what you think it is. I always get confused by this. So we'd have to roll a 20 to hit an armor class of 0. But because we are skilled with swords, we equip that. It's gone down to 17. So that's good. We also apparently have a law of 1. That means we cannot identify anything.
It will be done.
Yeah, the old 2nd edition rules are sometimes a lower number is better, sometimes a higher
Not a
number is better.
problem.
Usually it's lower number. Usually low is good. Okay, this lady gives us a quest. Let's do it. Might as well. I think we're going past it. She's lost a book, and I know where to find it. Eric says the enhanced edition makes it a bit better. The resolution for start, yes. So this is 600 by 400, roughly. And this is kind of as good as they could do in the day. The second game boosts this up to like 800 by 600. But the original game is stuck at like this very small resolution. Oh, here comes Shank. So this guy, he's been looking for us apparently. He knows we're the Ward of Gorion. And I say, yes, that's me. And he's, oh, you've made it simple. I'm here to kill you. And he's going to turn hostile.
It will be done.
I think we're going to kill him.
Make you dead.
It's pretty easy. We got our experience. Dagger, that's not worth Also, I've played this game so often now with a mod that randomizes all the loot, just because I played it too much as a kid. I know where everything is. So it's fun for me to change where everything is. Okay, this guy's like, oh my god, someone attacked you. And I'm like, oh, there was a terrible guy who was stinky and he attacked me and it was awful. And he says, oh, you should leave. Dangerous things are happening. Okay, this guy, we won't bother talking to him, but we're going to get in the book. That's what the ladies are looking for. Okay, let's talk to him.
What do you need?
Blah, 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 blah. He wants, oh no, he's told us about the book.
What do you need?
Let's talk to him again. Okay, now he's saying his cow's sick. She needs an antidote to cure her poison. Find my book. That's the quest. Okay, we'll go talk to this lady. Where is she? Here she is.
Hello there.
Here's your book. Got some experience. Fantastic. I think the quickest way to go is this way. We're going to go give the guard his bolts, and I think we can also get the antidote at the same time. So we're getting a big experience. Here's our experience over here. It's only going to be a few hundred by the time we leave, but it'll give us a head start. I think we'll be able to hit level 2 quite soon. So another thing in the more party members you have, every time you get experience, it gets split between them. So it's actually faster to level by yourself. Because every time you get a new party member who joins you, I think they automatically level up to somewhere near your level. So if you're trying to play in a strategic way, it makes more sense to level up as much as you can by yourself before recruiting your party members. But that kind of ruins some of the fun as well.
With ease.
Okay, I think this is the guy who wants the bolts.
I should have joined the army.
Wondering if you had some errands I could run. He's like, yeah, give me some crossbows, okay.
I should have joined
Here you
the
go, you
army.
little money grubber. Put the gold pieces in your purse. There you go. That wasn't too bad. I think he's a bit more rude if you take some time to get back to him. Okay, who gives us the potion?
It will be done.
I should have read it.
With
Someone
I
around here
should
gives us
have
the
joined
potion.
the army.
It's not him. I think it's this guy. I think it's someone near the gate, maybe. We can loot the chests in there, but that's the guard barracks. They're going to be pretty pissed if we start stealing their stuff. There's one chest we can open, but we need permission first. Okay, and here we find the second guy who wants to kill us, Mr. Carbas. He's like, hey, you're Gorian's whelp. I sure am. And then he's going to kill me.
It will be done.
Or is he? Nope. Pretty sure I'm going to kill him.
With ease.
Yeah, I think we're meant to have another monk who comes up and he's like, oh my gosh, you're attacked. Maybe it's only in the first area. Okay, we're going to have the gate warden give us a tutorial. We've already done that. We already stole the stuff.
Our rules are very strict.
No, thank you. I'll do fine. We blew him off. We said, no, we're good. We don't need your tutorial. Okay. One of these guys is called
I
Cole.
should have
No,
joined
that's
the
not him.
army.
There he is. He woke up and he forgot his sword. And he has the antidote for the cow. It's okay. So we're going to return to the barracks, grab his sword, and grab the antidote. And then we finish his quest, the other guy's quest, and then we're good to go. We've got some experience and we can leave. And we can experience what blew my tiny mind when I was 9 years old. Okay, the pathfinding in this game isn't great, so let's make sure I'm not stuck in anything. No. Okay, good. We're gonna go grab the stuff from the only chest we're allowed to actually go in. I think you might be able to grab it before
It will be done.
it gives you the okay. So I don't know how you're meant to know. I think the rest are just locked. So this is the only one you can steal from. Okay, we're gonna run back. So there are a few timed quests in this game where if you take too long, you can fail it, or you get a more negative resolution to it. Now we're being super fast, and this guy might still complain because our charisma's only 3. I think he insults us. I think he says Gorian is stupid trying to raise us. Let's see how nice or mean he is to us. Okay, is that him? Yep. Took your sweet time. Gorian's a fool trying to raise you. Gives us 10 gold. Wow. That's so nice. I couldn't have been any faster. I'm going to give this guy his antidote. And there are, I think, at least 2 more side quests you can do. Like this guy over here wants to teach us about attacking hostiles, but we've kind of already done that. I don't think we get experience for that quest either. There's a guy who wants us to kill some rats, but we're not going to go do that. But we are going to give this guy his antidote for his cow, because we can't have a sick cow. There we go. Alright, we got some good experience. Let's get ready to leave. And we got some good gear as well, so that's going to help. So I love games in... Are we stuck? No, okay. I love games at this period where you're level 1, you're super underpowered. This is like the most fun I have in Fallout 4, where you're right at the start of the game and pretty much anything can kill you. And it's why I love installing mods that kind of make that more so. I just think it's really fun to have really tough challenges, even though they're really easy, and then try and find ways to overcome them.
It's me, Emmoen.
There's Emmoen again? Okay. Go away, leave me be. I'm going to be rude to her this time. And we're going to go talk to Gorion and say we're ready to go.
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
Okay, good to go. And we're going to leave the tutorial
If we
area.
ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
And then he heals us, even though he's a wizard. He should not be able to heal us. That
Let's
makes
hurry,
no sense.
child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush.
You're
Prepare
perceptive for
yourself.
an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
I like that Gorion hadn't actually stopped talking before Cerevox started talking. And that's because my PC is too fast. I think in the past, there was enough time for things to load where that wouldn't happen. So there might be a few cases of that where this modern PC is just too fast for this game. I know a lot of older games suffer from that, especially ones that tie the speed of the game to like the speed of your CPU. And because obviously CPUs now are super fast compared to back then, if you try to play one of those games, it would be like playing it at 700 times speed or something crazy like that. I don't think we're going to have quite that problem with this game, but there may be a few oddities here and there. But let's continue this conversation.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Run, child. Get out of here.
You're running, you're a coward. So I think this is quite a good setup for the time. This guy, he's the main villain, in case you didn't get that. He's going to be damaged. There we go.
The dawn is especially
I
cool
love that. He
this
took
morning.
poison damage, and
You
so...
awake with the
shut up.
realization that
You
you
can
have
listen to
not
this.
been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Okay, I'll finish my thought. So, the bad guy there, that's Cerevox. I think he takes poison or acid damage just before that cutscene kicks in. So, I'm not sure he does it in the newer versions, but in at least this version, he always takes that small amount of damage just before that cutscene takes place, and that has always made me laugh. Just, he's defeated your stepfather Gorion, and then he's just got to, one last time, just go, ugh, as he takes some damage. cracked me up as a kid, and now I just smile remembering it. So now, we're out in the open world. Now, you may not have realized it, but this is kind of how a lot of games start. So if you take New Vegas, for example, you have essentially what we just did in the tutorial. That is summed up in the opening scene. And then you're let loose in the world. You can't go back to where you were from. You don't know where you're from. You're a fish out of water. Like, I can't return to the tutorial area now. I'm just in this world, and I got to fend for myself. And you got to figure things out. What happened to you? Who was this armored guy who attacked me? What did he want? Who's this guy who just shot me in the head? What did he want? I don't know. Like, this kind of setup for a game has been in, like, a lot of the BioWare games. It's been Obsidian kind of comes from this. They were Black Isles originally? Obsidian? I want to say they were Black Isles, who aren't the same as BioWare, but there were some connections there. Or are they BioWare? Obsidian? I think they're Black Isles. I can't remember now. Eirik, if you're still watching, look up, did Obsidian come from Black Isles or from BioWare? I want to say Black Isle, but I could be wrong. Black Isle did not make Baldur's Gate, but they did make some Baldur's Gate-like games like Icewind Dale. And I'm fairly sure when that company stopped existing, they founded Obsidian, and Obsidian made New Vegas. So, you know, there's connections there. But it wasn't the guys... I'm sure it was some of the guys who made Baldur's Gate who went on to work on New Vegas. But it's funny how there's overlaps there in terms of the setup of the story. And we're going to get our first ally now.
It's me,
Emowyn. It's Emowyn. Hey, Emowyn. So she says, really sorry I followed you. I snuck out and I saw that Gorion was killed by a big bad guy. That sucks. You're like, how did you know? She's like, oh, I kind of read a letter on his desk. Whoops. And now she joins you. This is your first party member. So Emowyn was like a last-minute NPC. They realized they didn't have enough thieves in the game. And
I stand ready.
She's basically added to like fill out the roster and be a companion who will never leave you. So you have a reputation score somewhere. Where is it? There. No, that's not it. Where's my reputation? Did I scroll past it? Information. Okay, somewhere I've got a reputation score. I just can't see it right now. And that dictates certain things. If you encounter NPCs, they're going to have an alignment. And if they're evil, they won't want to join you if your reputation is too high. Okay, reputation average, there you go. It's right there, I just couldn't see it. Right now we're average. We can basically recruit anyone and they're not going to complain. Eirik says, Obsidian, it was founded in June 2003, shortly before the closure of Black Isle Studios by ex-Black Isles employees, Fergus, I can never say his last name, Erghart, Chris Avalon, Chris Parker, Darren Monahan, and Chris Jones. At least 3 of those names are very important names in gaming history. Especially Chris Avalon. He's done some great stuff. Okay, so it was Black Isle who became Obsidian. So there's some crossover between Baldur's Gate and New Vegas, but not quite as much as you might think, because people often think Black Isles made Baldur's Gate, but I think they were just the producers. BioWare made Baldur's Gate. And BioWare, of course, went on to make things like Mass Effect.
It will be done.
Okay, now, there are some hostile stuff that would normally kill you at level 1. But we've got really good armor, and we've got a sword we're quite proficient in, so I think we can kill these things. There are some wolves, I think, and there are some how do you say it? I think giblings. That's the right way to say them. The map is so zoomed in. I'm so used to having a more zoomed out map from Baldur's Gate 2, and then the enhanced editions have a even more zoomed out map, so it's crazy playing something and it's so close to the screen. Okay, this guy's a messenger, I think. Binkos. But we don't want to talk to him. Oh, wolves, okay. I'm gonna pause. This thing will kill Emowyn right away, so we're gonna move over here.
Gone.
Yes?
I'm gonna run into combat. Oh god, it's gonna kill the NPC. Oh.
What you want?
Okay,
I'm
it still
gone.
hurts even with good armor. Wow, already I'm almost dying, even with the armor still. Wow, Emowyn's doing a better job than I am right now. Okay.
I stand, not a problem.
That was tougher than I thought. Already, like, okay. Here's something else you can do in these games. Gibblings, yes. That's how you say it, right? Gibbling? It's not gibbling. It's like a gif situation. Okay, so in this game, you can rest. And it is so overpowered. You can rest pretty much anywhere, or you can go to like an inn or a tavern and rest sometimes. The only downside to resting in nature is you might be attacked by hostile creatures. But, well, I was going to save just in case. Generally speaking, though, most of the time you won't, and I think it might be a settings. I think maybe this came in Baldur's Gate 2. Gameplay. Rest until healed. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Okay, so I think we're just going to get some health points back, but it's so overpowered because you heal when you rest, and it gives you all your spells back. There's pretty much no reason not to rest most of the time. And so it's really easy just to... We're just going to rest. Okay, I only got... Okay, we're interrupted. You're awakened by gibberings come screaming out the darkness. You didn't successfully
It will be done.
But there's no downside to resting, other than sometimes you'll have a quest which is on a timer. Oh wow, we're really being interrupted, but Emily's a skill now. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give her armor. There we go. She's got slightly better armor now. And I don't think she can use that bow we found before. Let's give her... There you go. Got her potions, and she's got a wand of missiles that she can use too. We have one, apparently we can use. I don't know why. And I wonder if she can identify the shield. She cannot. She's a thief right now, and her lore score is 10.
I stand
Not
ready.
crazy high. But she can't carry too much, so we're going to give her the light items. So I like the inventory management in this game. It's based on weight, so your strength dictates like how much you can carry over here. We've got 250 pounds. Emwyn can only carry 50 pounds. I think her strength is like 9. Yeah, there we go. 9. That's pretty low. And I just got tired. Okay. I will actually need to rest, apparently. I've been up too long. So it's dictated by how much you can carry in terms of weight, and obviously every item has its weight. You can see I picked up that armor and the weight went down. But it's also dictated by like pocket space. I think I kind of like this. It's like Resident Evil, if you've ever played any of those games. You have your inventory, and it's like playing Tetris. You got to move everything around. This is a bit simple in like that. We only have... Like, an item only takes up one space. But I kind of like this. I think if we ever make a game for... with King Gaff Studios, where we make something that's RPG-like, I think I want to try to have this kind of system where you're limited in what you can pick up. Not only based on the weight, but also on your inventory. Like, you as a human, you can only carry so much. And that's what this is showing here. This is a way of sort of showing that mechanic. I think I would want to do that. I think I'd want to try to do something where you have to like open up your pockets, and maybe like you can get a belt and that gives you more pockets, or you have like a coat that has pockets in it, or a backpack then gives you a lot more pockets. But there are downsides to it. You know, you have a backpack, maybe you can't move as fast, or you can't... Your dexterity score goes down if you have dexterity. I think I'd like that. I'd want to maybe try to have a system like that. Unlike Fallout 4, where you can pretty much pick up anything. So, Ken says, yes, I love the organization in Resident Evil. Yeah, it's making something, just like by picking something up, a gameplay mechanic, where suddenly you have to think about what you're picking up. Like, is it worth it? Is it heavy? Do I have a character like my main character here, Sirik? He's pretty strong. He can carry this heavy thing.
Yes?
Yeah, he's the pack mule. I will give like all the armor to this guy to
I
carry.
stand ready.
Emwyn can carry stuff, but like light scrolls. That's all she's getting. Scrolls and jewelry. We don't have in later games you have like bags and stuff you can put things in. We don't have that in the original Baldur's Gate, so inventory space is at a premium. But that's fun to me. That's a mechanic you got to work around now. I'm seeing some love for the limited inventory. Kez says protects against game bloat too. That's true. Like I mean, it's not really that much of a problem in games these days. Not these days. Keeping track of so many items. Like it's so easy to keep a variable somewhere, and like you could have billions of them before it even slows down a game. In games like this, though, it was a problem. So that's why, you know, I think that's part of this limited inventory. It's like to make sure you don't have too many things the game needs to keep track of. The size of the object must have an effect too. Hello, chat. Hey, Sai. Kez says, I really love the little character avatar on the screen when you see... And yeah, so these are called the paper dolls. I love these too. These gays. That's me mixing up days and games. Yeah, I like these little paper dolls where you can put the armor on enough. I wish we had something like this in Fallout, where when you're equipping armor, you can not only see what it looks like, but you get to see like what changes it makes. Because like Baldur's Gate right here, it's quite simple in the information it gives us. Like it doesn't tell you what attack bonuses you get from switching between these weapons. It tells us armor, tells us hit points here, but that's it. In the enhanced editions, I'm going to give this to the enhanced editions. Their new UIs give you a lot more information, and information in a game like this is power, because this is it's a mathematics game. Like we go over here and we can see some of the maths taking place. Like these are saves against things, these are proficiency, which changes things, armor class, modifiers, hit points, all these things. These are all numbers, and these are things you need to keep track of. But because back then we had very limited space and real estate for such things, so they had to prioritize. The enhanced edition games, with their new, because they overhaul all these UIs, they give us a lot more information. Downside is I hate the art in the enhanced edition. I don't like what they replaced the UI with. I think it looks ugly. Like this isn't exactly winning any beauty contests, but I think it's more thematic. For some reason in the enhanced edition, they made this blue. They thought, oh, this is clearly blue. To me, this is just like more grey stone that's got a slight blue tint. But they just went, oh no, this is definitely like really, really blue. And it just looks awful. I don't like the enhanced edition UI.
With ease.
They did a slightly better job in Baldur's Gate 2, but like, I'm still not a fan. Okay, we need to sleep. So let's hopefully not get attacked. Okay, nighttime.
I've done had enough of this.
We healed some hit points. Okay, we're stuck in some trees.
Not a problem.
There you go. The pathfinding in this game is not great. That's another criticism you can have. I think it's an engine thing. I think all the games they made in this engine kind of suffer from that. Okay, we're almost back to where Gorai died. We can loot some of the stuff. Oh, that's another thing the enhanced edition added. So right now, if we want to loot something, we have to move our cursor over to it. We have to go pick it up. In the enhanced edition, they have a quick loot option. So I think there's like a little symbol here. You click it, and it shows all the items, and you can just pick them up. It's convenient.
It will be done.
But you're also losing some gameplay there. So I think I like it overall, but it's an interesting sacrifice. Okay, I think there's some more monsters over here. Okay, this right now, in my child mind, this is like the beginning part of Fallout 4 where you're exploring the wasteland for the first time, and you're going out and suddenly you find people for the first time, and you're looting the buildings. Like, this game gives me the same vibes. It's super simple, and it's more in terms of the theming, but I get that feeling from this game, and I think this is the game that made me fall in love with that kind of gameplay, and it's probably why I enjoy that kind of thing in Fallout 4 and other games that do similar things. So you can blame Baldur's Gate for me liking Fallout, and you can blame Baldur's Gate for me designing any things that are similar. I'm looking for a guy. I think he gives us space. I think he's here at this point. Could be wrong. So there is a noble character somewhere along here, and he wants to commit suicide because, like, oh god, a bear. That thing will kill us. We're not going near that. We'll save it just in case. It's going to remain neutral unless we get too close. Yeah, so there's some foppish noble who wants to kill himself because, like, his parents won't buy him like a fancy coat or something, and you can talk him out of killing himself, and I think it gives you some experience, but he might appear later in the game. I think it might be too early. I just want the experience. I want to get to level 2. Okay, you know what? I want to get to level 2. We're going to kill that bear. We're going to save.
Yes, with ease.
I'm going to...
I'm gone.
Okay.
I stand ready.
I'm going to drink this potion. It's going to make me super fast. I'm going to have everyone attack the bear from range.
This way.
Drink my potion. I don't think I drink my potion.
Yes.
Okay. I'm hasted. The game is no longer paused on the screen.
With ease.
Look how fast I am. That bear is going to die. I'm going to die. That bear just murdered me. If we were doing like a no save run, like, we're back to the beginning. We're not doing that though. We're loading up that quick save. Okay, we're going to try and kill that bear one more time. We're going to heal first.
It will be done.
I'm gone.
Yes?
We're going to try using...
with ease.
that one missile. Okay.
What you want?
That's a guaranteed hit of like a magic missile.
Yes?
Drink.
Yep.
We'll have Imoen attack.
This way.
Potion.
I stand. It will be done.
Get that back. It's probably going to kill us again. Good God. Okay, we're not killing that guy. That's crazy. That's so powerful. Guess is, I really can't stand the old female voice acting in these games. You mean for Emerald?
You're a queer fellow. What you want? Yep.
With
I
ease.
believe Imoen, right? Oh, there he is. Okay. Let's finish the Imoen story. Imoen, I believe, is voiced by Jennifer Hale, who is female shepherd in Mass Effect, and she's a whole bunch of other characters in lots of different games. I don't think this was her first job doing voice acting for games, but it might be. So, she's very prolific. She's done loads of voices. I guarantee you've heard her in other stuff. But that's Jennifer Hale. A lot of the voices in this are very over the top and exaggerated, and I think that's by design because they're so limited. They really didn't have much of a budget in terms of money and also space. Like this game came on like 5 discs back in the day. They were really pushing the boundaries of it, and to install it, I don't think you could actually install it on those hard drives. There wasn't enough space. So when you were installing this originally, you had an option to install most of the things, but then like have some of it on the disc instead. So you'd have to switch out discs when you're playing because you don't have enough space on the hard drive. So like voice acting was at a premium. So I think they decided to err on the side of hammy voice acting so that it was more memorable. Yeah, I was going to attack this guy, but
Hello. Nice to make the acquaintance of such a cultured personage.
he doesn't want to come any closer, he's going to jump, and I can say, okay. So I can try and talk him down, or I can just say, okay. And I was like, what? Okay, you're not going to try and do anything? Wow, you must have incredible faith in my will to live. No one's shown such trust in me, not even Mumsy. Okay, no, we don't get any experience.
Yes?
He's just a stupid guy. I'm going to save so that bear doesn't kill me.
It will
We're
be
going to go
done.
on our way. I like some of the quests in this. If you like some of the silly quests in like Fallout 4, there's a whole bunch of it in these games. Oh, wolf.
I care not.
Back.
This way.
Okay, she should be safe there. I think once we get to level 2, we're going to be a lot less squishy than we are right now. We are level 1. Oh my god, that wolf is going to kill me.
I stand ready.
Bring the book.
It will be done.
And right now we should be kind of rocking with like a 4-party member. We're meant to have 4 people in our party. I'm kind of trying not to, just to get some extra experience. We're only at 300, okay. I think if we do more quests tend to give you a bit more experience than just killing random stuff. So, make the smallest we can see. Okay, I think we've killed most of... Okay, there is... Okay, in the later games, in Baldur's Gate 2, if you were to hit tab, it would highlight anything usable in the area. We don't have that in Baldur's Gate. And so what they did was, in certain areas like this, they put hidden items. So on like one of these trees somewhere, I think it's on along the path, there's a diamond hidden in it, and you would never find it unless you accidentally sort of came across it. I'm trying to find the tree. I think it's further down. I think these are the guys we can recruit, and they'll join us in our party. Where is that tree? It's either along the path or it's like just off the beaten path. I think it might be that tree. This guy's just giving us some friendly advice. Thanks for your time. He just gives you an advice. This tree? Maybe not. One of these trees has a diamond in it, and I want that diamond. But the only way to find it is by like hovering your cursor over it and trying to find that you can use this cursor that will appear. I might not be able to find it. I've gotten so used to having the tab that will highlight those things. So in this game, when it was implemented, it was really fine to hard it. I can't talk. It was really hard to find it. And yeah, this is a blast from the past. I used to spend so long trying to find secret areas because like you would never know it unless you just moved your cursor across it. I know it's a tree somewhere around here. I'm not gonna waste too much of your time trying to find it. It might have like a visible thing on it to give you a clue that it's this particular tree. and it might not. Okay, I can't find it. Is it that one? Nope. Okay, I guess we're not finding that diamond, but we will be finding one of the most powerful items in the game very shortly. Eric says, oh, maybe I was wrong then. Eric says, according to the wiki, Imwin is voiced by Melissa Disney. I swear it was Jennifer. Maybe she... Who does Jennifer Hale voice in this game? I swear she voices something in it. Unless she voices Imwin in Baldur's Gate 2. I think it's the Below the Path. Very close to it. Okay, it might be one of these trees. We're gonna... Eric thinks it's over here we find the diamond. Ken says, I heard a few familiar voices earlier, and I'm curious about all the casting in this. Yeah, there's a lot of, is it this tree? No. There's a lot of names that you will see later on in, like, big games. Or you would see it a lot in, like, cartoons at the time. Like, they had some really big voice actors in this. We've already heard one of my favorite voice actors, which is Jim Cummings. He voices Gorion, along with some other characters. I can't find that diamond, Eric. I'm giving up. Jennifer Hale voices Diana Hare. Okay. Did she not voice Imwin in Baldur's Gate 2? I swear she did. Did she voice anyone else in Baldur's Gate 1 or 2? Yeah, we got a lot of voice actors in this. I think, okay, we're going to be speaking to these two guys who will join our party. We've got Zar and Monsteron here. Monsteron is voiced by... Let's see if I can remember his name. I bet Eric finds it before I do. Oh god, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I can notice Jim Cummings. Like, he's got a very distinct voice, Jim Cummings. He's done a bunch in the Fallout games as well, I think. I think in Fallout 4 he actually voices some of the generic settler voices. Or just some of the random people you come across in the wasteland. Mazzy. Okay, she voices Mazzy. Okay, I knew she did some more voices in Baldur's Gate. Earl Bowen. Thank you, Eric. Earl Bowen does the voice, or did the voice, of LeChuck in the Monkey Island games. So this little halfling guy, he sounds like a pirate, and I love his voice. Unfortunately, Earl Bowen passed away a few years ago, so he had such a great voice. Zar is voiced by... Again, Eric's gonna beat me to it. This is another guy who's done a bunch of voices and a lot of things. It's on the tip of my brain. I'm just going to let Eric find it. He'll be able to tell us who voices are. But it's another guy who's done like loads of voices in loads of cartoons, I think loads of games. Let's talk to him.
Ye already be disturbed. Now leave me be. Your company be toil enough as is.
Hello there, kid. Rather strange place to be wandering, ain't it? My companion has something to say to ye. Frank Welker. Yes, Frank Welker is like a legend in cartoons. I think. I could be wrong. I think he's like the voice of Fred Jones and like Scooby-Doo and stuff like that. Like he's in loads of things. Okay, Monteron doesn't want to talk to me.
Monteron, you are so aggravating. 'Tis disturbing to my demeanor.
So these guys are like, hey, you're wandering in the woods and you look scared. We'll give you some healing potions. Now you can say thank you and take the potions, or you can say, nah, I don't want them. Either way, these guys are going to insist that you help them, but I'm just going to take the potions, because why not? And now they're kind of like, well, we gave them to you for free, but we did just do you a favor, so you should come help us. And these guys are pointing you to the main quest. They want to go to Nashkel to investigate some strange stuff that's been going on in the local mines. So, I say there's little else to do, I might as well go with you. And now we have two new party members. This guy is a fighter thief, and this guy is a wizard. Well, he's a necromancer. Yeah, a type of wizard. So he can use all these scrolls we've been gathering. And he might be able to identify the shield. No, he can't. He could do it with a spell, but I think we can use the shield without identifying it, so... Yeah, there we go. Let's give... Okay, we can't use this yet. Oh no, we can't use it at all. You can dual class Zar, but you need to find an item first, because he doesn't have a high enough wisdom, but with one wisdom higher, he can become a cleric. It's actually quite powerful, but you do have to waste an item on him that's better used on the player. Okay, I want this healing potion. Give Emwyn these things to carry. I think Monteron can use this. Yep. My mouse is clicking too fast. Okay, let's give that, and that, and that. And let's see what spells. So wizards have spells. We can see we've got two. I think this is Lockar's Mirror Drain. Larlock's Minor Drain. There we go. And that will. It's a good spell, but you got to be in close range. Yeah, this guy's only got close range spells, so that's not good. We'll get him some more spells for later. I'll let him wear the gold ring. She's a fancy girl.
What you want?
There you go. Look at Emwyn. Oh, she's so pretty. She's got pearl necklace, silver necklace, and a golden ring, and a fire dance ring, flame dance ring. And let's give another potion to Montreal. So you can arrange your party, and that will affect their where they're positioned. And you can also select sort of the layout over here. I'm trying to find a good one. I want two up front, which will be our main fighters. And I think I'm going to go with this layout. And then everyone else will stay behind because... Zahn needs to be ranged because he's going to die. He's a wizard. He's got like 4 hit points compared to my 12, and I was... or 14, and I was dying pretty fast. Emwyn's pretty squishy as well. So we need those guys to stay back when they're fighting.
Yes?
Okay, let's...
With ease.
Let's move on to the friendly Armin. And we're going to get our next 2 companions. I'm still looking for that diamond. It's got to be here somewhere. Maybe it's in this tree. Oh, there it is! Found it! We just got 1,000 gold.
Not a problem.
I'm sure that's how much that's worth. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the next area. I think we can only actually go to one place at this point in the game. Or maybe we can go down. I'm not sure. But we're meant to go this way. We're meant to be following the main path.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
So anyone who knows D&D in general, or the Forgotten Realms, this is a very important character. This is essentially the Gandalf of D&D. This is Elminster. And he tends to be like a character who always appears during important events, and this is like foreshadowing that, hey, you're important. I tell me stupid, he should go away.
It will be done.
But we are going to go and try and find a small boss character who's somewhere in this area. See, I like this. I like in games where you want to find where you're going. This is literally a signpost. I love mods that add more signposts into like Skyrim. So like if you're playing and not trying to cheat, you actually have to like pay attention to where you're going, and not just like look at the map to figure it out. Okay, I think if we kept going in this direction, we're gonna get the. I'm gonna save because we're probably gonna die. I do have that speed potion. We got another haste potion there. Okay, we've got a bunch of haste potions. Eric says, Montron and Zar are one of those time quests. Take too long to reach Nashkel and they'll complain and leave.
Yeah,
I think the same is true of Kalhid and Jaheira, who we're going to pick up. It's kind of annoying, because it's rushing a player to go do certain things, but it's also giving them a reason to go do things, so I get why. These are not what we're looking for, but let's kill them anyway.
Your voice hardly worth my time.
I don't want Zar going into combat, so just going to hang out over here for a while.
I stand ready.
She's going to chill.
Not a problem.
They really dropped him good. Tidno. A bit of gold. That's about it. There you go. I'm going to save. I think we're getting fairly close to the boss encounter. Like, these are things I like in games. Like, this thing we're about to go fight, we're not meant to be fighting it yet. Like, this is beyond our level. But you can defeat it if you're clever about it. We're probably not going to be very clever about it. But this is something I wish they did more in Bethesda games. Bethesda games are level to the player a lot of the time, so... Oh, here he goes. So this thing is going to kill me, almost certainly. I can sometimes kill it if I'm very clever. But like, this is something you're meant to come back to later on, so in in older games like this, you'd have areas which are like too high level for you. You're meant to be staying on the main path. You're not meant to be exploring too much yet. You're meant to find areas that overwhelm you, and then you know you can come back to them later when you've leveled up. I love that in terms of like creating a world that feels real, that's not like fake, and that the player can just go and always win. I think it's a really simple thing to do, but it always feels good, because then when you have leveled up and you come back and you defeat this guy, you're like, oh, he was easy now, and that gives you a good indication of you've leveled up, you're more powerful. I think it gives you a good feeling and a good reward. Downside is, if you come across these things and you're low level and it kills you, you're gonna feel bad, because like, oh, it killed me, I suck. So there's definitely a balance you need to strike there. I feel a lot of the more modern Bethesda games, though, they shy away from doing anything like this. They always want the player to feel like they can almost handle any situation. But then you get things like taking on a Deathclaw at level 1 in Concord. And I think most people have agreed that feels pretty bad. Compare it to something like New Vegas, where you can take the short path to get to Vegas, but you got to go through Deathclaw territory. And almost always those things will fuck you up. And that's the way it's designed. It's an old gameplay, game mechanic design thing that Obsidian obviously wanted to incorporate in a way, but they kind of did a balance where you can go this way. You're not meant to. The game makes it very clear you're not meant to. I think multiple NPCs like stop you if you go that way and be like, hey, you should not go this way. It's dangerous. You got to go the long way. But if you've leveled up or you're really clever, you can get past them and take that shortcut. I think that's really cool. I wish games did that more. But for now, let's try and take on this boss character. We are
Something
going to...
troubling you?
If I can get a chilled touch on him, that will slow him down. But I guarantee Zal will die.
I stand ready.
So I'm going to take the
Yep.
haste potions.
You spoke
We're
at
going to hit him
me?
with some magic missiles.
Your voice is ambrosia.
Zar... He only has a spell that's needs to be close range, and he's got nothing... He's got no ranged weapons, because we've only just picked him up. Oh, God.
I don't feel too good.
Okay, I forgot. It tells me right there, this is not paused when I'm in this one.
I could do no other.
Let's see if we can,
This
we salvage
better
this.
be good. Go suck your brain.
I must.
Okay. We're gonna try to kill him. Nope, I'm dead. That thing just smushed me to goo.
Death be in me. If I
See, I can do this in the enhanced edition of games. Yeah, it's better. So in the enhanced edition of these games, it allows you to do things like have a special kit. So right now we're just like a basic fighter, and that's all you had in the original Baldur's Gate. In Baldur's Gate 2, it introduced kits. So you could be like a special kind of fighter. I usually pick the Frenzied Berserker. I think it's very powerful and very broken. And that would allow me to like rage right now and get like extra health points and be stronger. But we don't have that. This is basic Baldur's Gate before all the new stuff. Look at that eagle just flying sideways. Okay, you can hear the guy stomping about. Oh, he spotted us. Okay.
Ready.
you spoke at
I'm
me?
gonna take all the haste
You're a
potions.
queer fellow.
Something troubling
And,
you?
okay, let's cast armor on Zar. Okay, I think Monstron's gonna die, because he's got worse AC than me. So I'm actually gonna have him back off.
You spoke
Oh.
at me?
Okay. Apparently off screen I got a critical hit. I keep forgetting. In Baldur's Gate 1 it doesn't pause when you're in the inventory menu. It even warns you about that. I keep forgetting though. But apparently off screen I got a critical hit. That thing exploded. There you go.
Yes, it will be done.
Now we got a gem. We got 2 belts. Now one of these belts is a good belt. This will give us resistance to piercing, I think. And another one is a cursed belt, which will change our gender when we put it on. Which if it's something you don't want, then that's going to be a nasty surprise. This always confused me as a kid. I didn't quite understand cursed items yet. And so I'd always put the belt on and be like, I don't get it. How is this helping me? I look different. I don't understand. And often I'd play like half the game just being like the opposite gender of what I'm meant to be. And that was always just funny in retrospect. As a kid, I didn't get it. I was like, what? I don't understand this belt. What's it doing?
Hello, pal.
Okay, this guy warns us about ogres, I think. What should we be careful about? He's like, yep, there's an ogre. Killed a bunch of my guys. So he kind of just pointed us that when he busted, we just did. But I accidentally got an off-screen natural 20. I just burst that guy into pieces. He is gone.
You must gather your party
Is that
before
cell behind?
venturing forth.
It's all the way over there. I might have to go tell my dogs off. I can hear them getting very excited outside. But we're going to find one of the best items in the game shortly. Which is another reason I normally play with a mod that randomizes, has all the loot, because it's too easy and I can't not go pick it up.
Not a problem.
Friendly Armin, that is where Gorion told us to go. So this is another like cutscene that's got replaced in the enhanced edition. And yeah, it's so old, so dated, but to me this is charming. I think it conveys what it's meant to convey way more than like the static image that Beamdog replaced it with.
I think it will be done.
Friendly Armin, fantastic. But we want to go find a secret item, which I think is also hidden in a tree. It's either in a tree or a rock over here somewhere. Is it that tree? No. Is it this tree or rock? No, I think we're getting close though. It's a bit further up, maybe. I think we've gone too far. Or maybe not far enough. I'm gonna. It's a tree. Eirik knows. Eirik remembers. He knows what I'm getting. Now, usually I'd put this on my main character, but my main character actually can't make use of this now. So instead, we're gonna give it to Zar, and he can make good use of it. Maybe it's this tree. Oh, no. It's one of these trees. Gosh darn it. Okay, I think we're too close to the keep. Let's go further down here. I've been so spoiled by pressing tab and being able to highlight everything and spot where this thing is hidden. Because now I've got to search for it like the old-fashioned way. This is how I used to... This is how we used to do it, old school. Searching for the secret items. But there's a whole bunch of these like all over the game that you'd never find unless you either stumbled across them or... Oh, Eirik says I was right, it is a rock. Okay. A cluster of 3. I think we may have passed that. Let's see. There's 4 there. Could it be this 3 up here? 1, 2, 3. I think it's these ones. Are they big rocks? Are they small rocks? Cluster of 3. Okay, we've got 3 there. Bunch there. A single one there. Maybe it's further along. It's a cluster of 3 next to a tree. That rhymes. I don't think it's this far of it. So what I'm searching for is a ring. And this ring doubles the amount of wizard spells you can cast. So right now, Zar can cast 2. That would make it 4, but I think it does it for like level 1, 2, and 3 spells. And that is crazy powerful, especially if you have a very intelligent wizard. Because the more intelligence you have, the more spell slots you have. So getting this thing early game, and even mid game, it's quite the game changer. Oh, is this it over here? 1, 2, 3. Doesn't seem to be. I think we've gone too far. I think it's like over here somewhere. Man, this is so difficult without being able to highlight it. Unless it's in the area we've not explored yet, just there. That seems too close, though. We should be able to highlight it, even if we're not close to it. It's not these ones. You guys are like, just play the game. Stop searching for this stupid ring. I don't think you understand how awesome this ring is. Oh, there. Okay, Eirik says there. But where was I looking? Was it here? Back where you were. Okay. Over here. I'm gonna stay here, and Eirik can tell me which way to go. Back. Okay. Then back over here. Over here somewhere. The other way. Ah. Okay. Is this roughly in the right direction? Up, down, left, right. I love that you've got the gate guards over by the main drawbridge. You're just watching this like, what are these guys doing? They're just walking back in two. Is it over here? Left. Okay. Right. What? Left, right? Were you wrong? I'm going to guess you were just wrong. I'm going to go right. West. You got to go west. Like, this feels roughly where it should be. North, south, east, west. There. Okay. Apparently it's somewhere around here. Oh. There it is at the base of the tree. There we go. I just found the second, it might be the first best ring in the game if you've got a wizard character. I'm sorry, mage. Wizards are called mages in this, gotta get it right. And rogues are called thieves, because this is 2nd edition. So I think we can wear it without it being identified, and it should, I think it might still give... Yep, it still gives it, so we've now just doubled the amount of spells.
Stop touching me!
And let's have him write some magic. Yeah, that's right, identifying. Hopefully he doesn't fail. He failed, of course he did. The most useful spell.
Yeah, not a problem.
But we're not save scumming, we're moving forward. We only load if the main character dies. Okay, we made it to the friendly arm inn. This is where Gorion told us to go in case something happened to him. And something did happen to him. And we have another boss encounter coming up shortly. Now, I like the game design that happens here, so... This is like the first boss character, I'm just going to quick save, that you'd find if you were playing naturally and not sort of going off and exploring by yourself. And this guy can kill you, he's a wizard. Wizards can be pretty dangerous unless you know how to deal with them. We don't really have the equipment to deal with them just yet, but we can maybe deal with them. But, if this guy's too tough, a way to deal with him is you just run away, and this guard, conveniently positioned here, and a few of us that walk past will attack the guy instead. So I kind of like that. That's a fun way of giving the player a challenge, but a way to get out of it. And that's like a game design thing I learned right here. Okay, that guard just walked off, leaving me to my fate. So hopefully we can deal with this wizard.
Hi, friend.
I mean, we can cheese it. Like, I know this guy's going to attack me, so I can just tell all my characters to attack before he even talks to us.
This way.
Something troubling
And we can probably kill him. So let's try. Hey, hi friend. I've not seen you here before. What brings you to the Friendly Arm Inn? I am here to meet some friends. Oh, you must be whom I'm to meet then. I will take you to your friends, but first I should be sure that you are the correct person. Is your name Surik? Why, yes it is. Perfect. You are indeed the person I seek. Hold still, won't you? And then he attacks. But we started attacking him before he even started talking to us. Bit cheesy, but hey, it worked. Look at all these lovely scrolls he has. And a letter. Bounty notice. Be it known to all those of evil intent that a bounty has been placed upon the head of Surik. That's me, the foster child of Gorion. How much? 200 gold coins? That's not much. I think we can sell that. Let's give it to everyone. So we got some good loot to sell so far. We've earned some coin. But we've not yet gotten anywhere close to leveling up. No, we've still got a while to go. So
yes,
there are 2 NPCs who could join us in here. But if they join us, that's going to reduce the amount of experience we get. So I'm going to hold off on that.
I stand. Not a problem.
I think we can sleep here. I don't think the guards will be too upset. We're going to be a bit tired. We've been traveling for a while, so let's see if we can sleep. I think we can. Yeah, okay. Even though we're meant to be paying for it, the guards don't get upset if we sleep here. And there is a quest we can do that might give us enough XP to level up. There's a lady who lives over here. And she wants us to go kill some hobgoblins, I think. And that... Might get Emwyn to level up. Thieves get XP fastly. She only needs 1,250 to level. I need 2,000. Monteron needs 2,000 and 1,250. But all the experience he gets is split between these two. And Zar... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, there's no point. Oh, wait, I don't know. Like, if I hold off on getting Calheed and Jaheira, they're not going to level up unless I level up? Oh, I don't know. I might as well just get them. Like, there are ways to cheese this if you're being clever about it. We are not being that clever. We're being pretty dumb. But there are some cheesy things you can do. Eric says, are we the baddies? Well, something else I'd always do as a kid, which we are definitely going to do right now, is with Emwyn, because she's a thief, I would send her to go loot all of the rooms in the friendly army and get all of the treasure.
You must gather your party
Stealing
before
from innocent
venturing forth.
travelers, that's not the nicest thing to do, I don't think.
It will be done.
Hey, friend. Good to meet a fine
Yes, we've got this guy who looks over, he's gonna tell us about the mines. Why the road's cut off. Oh, there's bandits everywhere. We will meet bandits later. And I think he tells us about the mine that's been closed. So he's giving us some exposition right there.
It will be done.
Very simple storytelling, but like something that you would always do, something that like Fallout does often. It will tell you about the things you need to know about before they happen, so you know about it. For example, Fallout 4, you have random NPCs telling you about the Institute before you even meet them or know your son is the leader of them. That we call foreshadowing. But let's go recruit these guys.
Calm yourself, dear. We must proceed carefully.
So these guys are like, hey, we know you. And they're like, yes, you're the foster child of Gorion. He's not with you. He must be dead. We will join you and help you out. And I say, sure, you can come join me. And there we go. We have a full party. And they got some decent equipment. So Jaheira is a fighter druid.
Awaits.
And druids have healing magic. Okay, we're going to have 2 healing spells, because I think we need them. And yeah, they're the only people we have with healing magic right now. Healers are super valuable in this game.
With ease.
Let's go sell some stuff. I think we're going to wrap it up soon. I think you've gotten some feel of this game I love. It's probably bored you to tears, but I'm hoping some elements of it you can see. These are things that either influenced me or influenced games that came afterwards. We didn't go too deeply into it, to be honest. I've just been having fun playing again. This is it's a blast from the past. Okay, we're gonna sell these things. Oh, wait. Okay. I can sell this for 87 gold. I want to test something. I'm the party member right now. My charisma is 3. Let's have Emwyn be the party leader.
You're all buffle-headed. Yep.
And see if she can sell that same thing for more.
To all who behave themselves.
So, 87. No, same price, okay. I think it might be the first time you talk to a storekeeper sets the price of things that they're willing to sell or buy. Yeah, I think that's most of the crap we're hauling. Some of it we want to keep. Playing this has just made me want to actually go play in Baldur's Gate for real. I mean, we are playing for real, but like, I want to mod it. I want to do a proper playthrough. Unfortunately, I have... Oh, look at that diamond we just sold for all that money. I forgot my train of thought. I want to play Baldur's Gate though. I need to mod it though and get everything right. Oh, that's right. I'm working on a personal mod that I want to finish before I do a proper playthrough of Baldur's Gate again. And that takes time because I'm busy doing like some SS2 stuff, some King Gaff creation stuff. So I can't really spend the time on like a personal mod that's pretty much just for me. Okay, let's give... Yep, Jaheira can have that armor. That's way better for her. Kez says, only for Black Isle to update it. I don't think anyone's going to be updating Baldur's Gate for a long, long time. I mean, it took over a decade, probably more, for them to actually update the originals to the Enhanced Edition. And I don't think the Enhanced Editions necessarily break anything when they do big updates. I think that's a uniquely Bethesda thing. When they update, it breaks almost everything. Okay, we can sell that armor. Okay, I want to be the leader.
I feel this is my rightful place.
Yes, I'm in charge. Now, one of these belts is good, one of them is bad. Let's give them to Emwyn for now. And someone needs a helmet. I think Jaheira does. If you don't have a helmet, then critical hits can do what we just did to that ogre before. Okay, everyone else has a helmet. Fantastic. Potion of invisibility. I have no idea why Jaheira has that. But she can use this staff because she knows divine magic. Okay. We could risk... Okay, let's see if I can... I think the dangerous belt is this one. I think that's the girdle of gender change. And I think this one is a belt to protect against piercing. Let's see. Let's risk it on Emwyn. Yes! Got it right. I'm going to save it just because it's funny. Okay, who should we change to the opposite gender? We have me, we have Monteron, we have Emwyn, we have Zar, we have Jaheira, or we have Khalid. Who do we think would look better as the opposite sex? I'm putting it to you guys, you get to pick. And they're going to wear the fun belt that just will change their life forever. Me? Alright, well, me's apparently winning. I'm going to be a lovely lady. Ooh, I'm a big tough guy. Oh no, I'm not. I'm a big tough lady now. I love the sprite for the female warrior. I think there's only one character in the game who uses that sprite, because it's a human warrior sprite. Most other characters are like either half-elves, like Jaheira, who just look like elves. Another half-elf here. Oh, they're I think only Sharteal. I think she's a human warrior. I love that sprite because you see it so I'm a lady now. That's just how that works. I don't think it makes any difference to the game. At least in this one. In Baldur's Gate 2, there's definitely like some gender checks, like you have in Fallout. But I think in this, all that changes is like, I can't take it off. Which is bad, because it's using like a belt slot, which you can use for something more useful.
Not a problem.
But I like that as a concept. There's more items you can find in this game that are cursed and will give you negative effects when you wear them. This one, again, this is clever game design. This one, the only negative effect is like, it changes what you look like. That's it. But it teaches you about cursed items, because you're likely to come across that ogre when you're exploring. You're likely to try and kill it. You're likely to get cool things and want to wear them. And then, oh no, something bad happened and it's cursed. And you've learned how curses work. It's like, oh no, I've got this curse now. So in the future, you're going to be more wary when you come across unidentified items. You're going to want to identify them before you use them. And you've just taught the player about curses. I like that system. I think that's a cool system. The only downside is when you've played this game enough, like, you know by appearance which thing is a cursed item, or you know where you find the cursed items, and so you know not to wear them. And it's fun. It's like that's teaching you to engage with at least two mechanics there, to identify stuff, and also to identify cursed items. Now, something I don't like, which they could have done, is cursed items are almost always a negative. I don't think there's any instances in any of the games where you would actually want to wear a cursed item. I just thought of one, tell a lie. There is a cursed item that does have beneficial effects, but negative effects. I wish the game had more of that.
I stand ready. It will be done.
Even if you know it's cursed... Oh, there's two items in Baldur's Gate 1. There is a item that is like the claw of a demon that you can wear as like a ring, but it's more like you're putting it over your hand, and it makes you more powerful when you attack, but it like sucks your life energy, so it makes you have lower constitution. I think that's fun. It's like a trade-off. And there is a sword that's like a really powerful sword, but anytime you go into combat, the person wielding it, you can't control them. They just go crazy, and they'll attack anything that's near to them.
Yes,
so
not
that's
a problem.
I wish they did more of that, and I think that's a fun mechanic that other games should start using as well. Oh no, I'm stuck like that. Whatever will I do? I'm now a lovely lady. That's a woman, Malcolm. Some good old SS2 quotes. How do we know this ain't the guy we're looking for? Because she's a woman, Malcolm. Oh, Zar should not go into combat. Everyone else go. Now we can go into combat. Oh, don't go. Hooray! We killed the nasty monsters. I forgot to pick up the quest, but we can still do the... That's another thing. So in this game, right now, there's a quest to kill these monsters, and one of them has a ring that was stolen from the lady who lives in a house here. But you can do this quest without actually getting it from her. So you can go kill these things, you can get the ring, and you can still do the quest like the quest happens. Some games don't do that. They'll only let you start a quest after you've spoken to the person who gives it to you. I kind of like that you can do quests without getting them, and then like accidentally get the reward item or the quest item. Fallout does this a little bit, I think. At least the Bethesda games. I think it'd be more fun if you could do that more often. Like, do quests without realizing you're doing them, and then have like your character come up to you and be like, hey, you just killed all these bandits, and that was a problem for our village, so now we're going to reward you for it.
Yes?
Even though you didn't know that was a quest.
Not a problem.
Maybe we'll do that in some of our future games if I can figure out where to do it. Okay, this is the ring we're looking for. I'm taking all these swords because you can sell the swords for decent money. I'm definitely I'm a hoarder whore when it comes to items. I pick them all up, I want to carry them all, I want to sell them, I want to get an inventory full of gold that I'll never spend on anything. I don't know why, I just love doing that in games. I think, again, this is probably why I like things like Fallout 4, where you can pick up and sell everything. It does something to my reptile mind, I just love it. It feels good. Downside is, I would get to like the end of this game, and I'd have just an inventory full of potions, I'd have like loads of spell scrolls, and it's like, I'm at the end of the game, like they're useless now, like I can't bring these with me, the game is done. I should have just used these and made my life easier. So, I try to do that now when I play games, I try to use the items I have. Oh, so I was gonna die. But it's a really bad habit of mine of just like hoarding all of my stuff right to the end, and just not using it.
I stand with ease.
It's a habit I try and break, but I find it so difficult. I think our inventory is going to get full soon. Yep, there we go. Let's throw some of the light stuff to Emma over here, and she can carry it for us. What are those guys saying? I think I've got subtitles on, so we can probably see. Let's see. Scroll up. I know forward march is one of the things they say. I think it should show us. Scroll. Oh no. Okay, apparently we don't get to hear what they say. Spare no one. Okay, so spare no one and forward march. I think that's what the hobgoblins say. I think it's also Jim Cummings who does the voice for them. Could be wrong. Could be wrong like I thought it was Jennifer Hale who voiced Emily. Spare no one, that's what she said. Why would she say that? That's an awful thing to say. Okay, I think we've killed them all. Are we near leveling? No, we're quarter way to leveling. Probably not the most riveting thing we can do for a stream, but I like grind. I've never been a big MMO player. I could just never get into the gameplay of them because it feels too gamified. This is gamified, but it's the illusion of like, I'm an explorer and I'm on an adventure and this is fun and we're on a quest. Like, I'm sold on the illusion. In an MMO, the illusion is way harder to sell. I'll tell you a story. I played Elder Scrolls Online when it was first released because I like Skyrim. I like the Elder Scrolls. And I don't know if they've changed it since. They may have like updated it and maybe this quest happens differently now. But I think you die in the beginning of the Elder Scrolls Online. Like, your character is dead, and you go to the afterlife, and you meet some sort of guy, and he's like, You died for a reason. You're the chosen one, and only you can save us. And as he's saying this, there's like 100 other players running up to this guy and talking to him and hearing the exact same thing, and it just ruined it immediately for me. It's like, no, I'm not the chosen one. There's 100 chosen ones here. What are you talking about? Clearly, I'm not important.
I don't want to seem confrontational, but could you be a little less, evil?
I'll not be mocked, thou most slanderous harlot.
So, these guys are evil, and the other guys are good. And they don't get along. If you keep these guys in the party long enough, they will fight each other, and they will try and kill each other. Usually, you can get to the place you're meant to go without that happening. But in the base game, if you don't mod it, eventually, these characters who are opposing in alignment will often fight each other. Not all of them. Some of them are kind of chill, even if they're evil.
I stand.
But like, there's a character who's a paladin who we can get a bit further north, who I like. He's pretty good in terms of being a fighter character, and paladins are pretty useful. But he will kill anyone who's evil. Like, he does not care. I think he has a problem with every single evil character you can recruit. So, part of this game system is like party management. Like, you can have some really powerful characters, but they're not going to get along with other characters. For example, Edwin. He's a wizard. He's like the best wizard in the game. But he's evil, and he will try to literally kill at least 2 of the NPCs you can come across. Okay, I'm going the wrong place. I want to go over here. But it's kind of worth it to like have him, because he's just so powerful. Because as I like games that have consequences, like I like it too. It's annoying, but it's also something you've got to keep on top of. Sometimes there are mods that remove it. There's mods that basically will do anything you want in this game to make it play the way you want it to. And sometimes I will mod that out, just because I want to have a particular party, and like I don't care. So they will still argue with each other, but they'll never fight each other, and also they'll never leave your party. Look at this old sprite. In the newer games, they got rid of these sprites. This is an old lady. She does not look like an old lady. That is a well-endowed old lady.
Yes?
Leave me be. Oh, I didn't want to say that. Oh, I ruined it. I ruined it. No! I was trying to be rude to her. I didn't know she'd leave. Oh, no. I don't think I ever save. Okay, I ruined that quest. I wanted to be gruff. She likes it when you're gruff. Let's make a save game. Blah, 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 blah. I don't think we have an auto save. Maybe when we came in? Nope. Fuck. I broke that. Okay, if you're polite to her, she's like, oh, that's nice, but like I want someone who's gruff because I want you to go kill a bunch of things. Oh, well.
Nature servant or the group.
You're a queer fellow.
We can steal
I'm gone.
Okay, we stole her gems. There's something in here we can take. Why is the old lady like that? It's they only have like a limited amount of sprites. All humans have the same sprite. The only difference is male and female. All halflings have the same sprite. Elves and half-elves have the same sprite. So like, this guy's a warrior, but you can see he looks different. Well, does look very different than my warrior because I'm a lady now, but like I'm a human warrior right now. So it's just a limitation of the game. It's like these little sprites, and these like the commoner sprites. I think in the enhanced editions they switched that. Like this particular sprite I think I have right now. If I take all this stuff off, look at that leotard. Look at that 80s look. That is brilliant. Okay, so if I move myself over here, so you can see me. I think this is what the old lady looked like. I think she's using the. Yeah, that's you. That's what she looked like. So they gave her this sprite of like the warrior human. Obviously, that does not suit an old lady. I love. Okay, it's probably just me being an old man. I love the older designs of D&D that were like almost campy fantasy. Like there's a sweet spot where, like from the 80s, like where they were like way over the top campy and they all had like the big 80s hairstyles. That's a bit too much for me. But there's like a sweet spot in like the 90s where they were sort of like going slightly more realistic, but it's still a bit campy. I think that's my favorite look to D&D. These days, it's definitely a different look. God forbid a woman looks after her body. Yeah, just because she's 80, there's no reason to not be in good shape. Okay, I want to at least go to Beregost. We're going to travel to that.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Yeah, I like this mechanic. We just had a random encounter, like when we were traveling. And so we've been assaulted when we're not paused. I forgot about that. Okay. So we've just been like ambushed when we're traveling.
I've done had enough.
Can I help? I can.
This is good for XP sometimes, but also if we're not ready for it, like I'm not ready for it, we might just all get horribly killed here, but let's see how it goes. Okay, I think we're all gonna die.
This better be good.
Yep, I'm gone.
Okay, we need to get Zara away.
You have need of. I'll do my best.
We might survive.
I could do no other.
I care not. I'm gone.
Okay, my character's standing doing nothing because I've not done the AI on. The AI is like a double-edged sword. There's a loose, stupid stuff, but it also means you've got to really micromanage everything.
With ease.
And normally I would do that when I'm playing. I would pause every few seconds to make sure it's working well. But it doesn't make for a very fun shoot.
Nature as you direct.
Yeah, with ease.
Go suck your blade.
Man,
Can
he's
I
just doing
catch?
everything.
You're a queer fellow.
Oh. And one
What you
doesn't have a
want?
melee
This
weapon,
way.
so she's punching that dog.
Yes, as you direct.
I'll do your
stand by the
toil.
problem.
Yep,
We survived. We
I'm
survived,
done.
man. Oh, Zara's not. Zara's about to eat my dog. Let's get over here. We survived. We did it. We killed them all, and then we have all this lovely loot,
With ease.
which I'm probably not going to bother looting all of it. Normally I would. We've got 1 gold. That's our reward. I don't think we can sleep here.
Beat like rabbits. 'Tis true, I swear.
We're just going to move on, and we'll sleep in the next area. Kez says, I miss how slutty old fantasy used to be. Fantasy was very slutty. It was very... I am a fan of... I like sexy guys. I like sexy women. I want big strapping barbarians wearing thongs, and I want ladies wearing sexy leotards like that. I'm all for that. I think... Put all the sexy characters there. I think they're great. Especially when it's something that's like, meant to be slightly over the top and exaggerated, like old fantasy was meant to be. Like, there's just... I like the campiness to it, and why not have sexy people being sexy? Kez says 100%. All the sexiness. It depends. Like, it depends on things. Like, I think if you made, like, all the characters in this over the top and sexy, that wouldn't work. But it's fun. Like, it's a fun trope, I think. You just have to be... You have to treat it with the care and caution it deserves. Like, you can definitely make games that are just, like, vulgar and...
My
like, sort of
blade
just
will cut you down to
gross.
size.
Like, you're like, it's not really good. Let's get Zara there. But then you can make games where, like, the sex appeal is like,
Stand ready.
Bayonetta. You know, the sex appeal is part of the character, and I don't think those games would be the same if she wasn't, like, an over-the-top, sexy character. What's that new one that came out recently that everyone was... Like, half the people were complaining about it, and half the people were saying this is great. Stellar Blade. Like, the character in that is very sexualized. I don't know if there's a reason for it. If it's purely...
You're a queer fellow. I'm
it's
gone.
purely like a style thing, or if there's a reason for her to be so sexy. Get M-Wounds out of arrows, I think that's why she's practicing. So, get on that. Doing pretty good. We've got like a full fire, so the monsters will just explode them. Monster needs to sleep though.
I stand ready. It will be
I
done.
think your hero has a healing spell. There we go, healing mode. But yeah, I am all for a game just going all the way over the top with the sexiness of the characters. If it either works for the theming of it, or if that's just like what they want to do.
I could do
But you can definitely have games where it's like just a bit icky. So there's a balance there. I'm more for than I am against.
Not a problem.
Like, this game isn't over the top in sexualization, I don't think. But plenty of the games of like this time period were like the early 2000s, I think. Like, you had a lady character in the game, she's gonna have big boobs, gosh darn it. Beregost, we made it.
Good day, my
Fine day to you, sire.
I love these little characters.
Such a fine greeting, wouldn't you say?
Okay, if I ever like get really good at like 3D stuff, I want
What do
to,
you need?
as a personal mod, remake all of these cutscenes like 1-to-1, but just like slightly better graphics. That would be a challenge for me one day, but not today.
Not a problem.
Okay, and this is like the first town you can come to this. Oh, I forgot they don't reveal the towns in Baldur's Gate 1. I'd have to explore it. So this is like a quest hub. Like, there's multiple quests you get here. A few of them, like, we're way too underleveled for. Okay, we're gonna go find one of my personal little side encounters, and then we're probably gonna call it there for today. You've suffered through watching me play this silly old game enough, I think. But, you know, if you've seen anything in this that you thought was interesting, or you want to give it a go, I'd say the enhanced editions, I think, are on offer right now. They might be on sale from Beamdog directly. I think they're definitely on sale from Good Old Games, and they might be on sale on Steam. I don't think Steam time gets summer sale yet. But like for $3, I'd say if you don't own it, pick it up, give it a go. There's at least something you can get from it in terms of like historical, like how games used to be, like a sense of history. Maybe watch. I bet there's quite a few things on YouTube that will give you advice of like, here's how to play this like old game. Here's how to play old D&D. And once you understand some of that, there might be something here you enjoy. There's a lot of elements in later BioWare games that either started in this or had their sort of first inklings of an idea in this. So if you like older BioWare games, you go back and play this, you'll notice a lot of the stuff they do later on kind of started here. Kez says, in the late 90s, early 2000s, the men got less slutty and women stayed the same. That's true. That is really true. I wonder what changed. Thanks for sharing my interest with you. You're welcome. Like, this is definitely me being in like 100% dweeb territory where I know, like, if I was streaming Baldur's Gate 3, most people would be so much more excited to watch that than to watch me play the original Baldur's Gate. But we're going to get to my favorite random encounter here. That, to me, teaches some fun game design.
Here now, get out. I don't like your type in here.
So this guy's telling us to get out. He doesn't like our type.
You tell him, Marl.
I stand ready.
And if we hang out in here for a while, he's going to keep coming up to us. Like, he does not like us.
It will be done.
Basically, he wants to pick a fight with you. He does not like adventurers. I think we can talk to him too.
Are you talking to me?
Nope. Like, get lost.
Are you talking to me?
So, if we're mean to this guy, or rude, or just tell him to go away, he's going to fight with us. And we are easily going to win, because he's just like a civilian. The thing to do in this situation is you've got to, like, talk him down. So you've got to say, no need to get bent out of shape. He's like, I'll take whatever shape I want, you freakish adventurers going about, dragging God knows what back to our towns. And, you know, I can say here, like, I just do what I think is right. We solve a lot more trouble than we cause. Well, very nearly always. Hee hee. He doesn't like that. I can say I've had enough of his tone, I'm going to fight him, but no, we want to keep it friendly. Oh, I think I said the wrong thing. Yep, okay, I pissed him off.
Yes?
But there is a way to end this peacefully. You've got to talk nicely to him, you've got to try and understand his problems. It turns out, his son wanted to be an adventurer, went off and got himself killed. Like, we got a decent amount of experience for that, and that's the outcome most people will get there. We talk to this guy.
Hey, don't click me! I don't want any trouble!
He's like, you murdering bastards! So like, yeah, we didn't really do the good thing there.
With ease.
But if you take the time, you read the description, you try to de-escalate things, you get a better reward, and he explains why he's being a jerk. He apologizes, and you say like, well, you know, your son was probably doing what he thought was good, and let's drink to the memory of your son. And you get like more experience. And that's another thing I learned in terms of quest design, like
this way.
creating alternate paths to things, where if the player thinks about something and takes like an alternate way of doing it, they get more of a reward at the end. But maybe they don't even realize they did anything wrong. Okay, I'm going to try and pickpocket this guy. I think I'm too low level for it to work. It failed. Okay, we're going to have to kill him. This guy has one of the best items in the game.
My blade will cut you down to size.
I guess I could just beat him
Orion
unconscious.
will have none of this. 'Tis shameful.
Okay, our reputation decreased by 4 points.
Not a
but
problem.
We got the best cloak in the game. If I can get to it.
Not a problem.
I can
mongering.
but try.
Yep, I'm gone.
Not a problem.
The pathfinding is so jank sometimes. Yeah, I've now got... Oh, I can't identify it. I think I used all my scores. Okay, we're going to go to a store. I'm going to spend the money on this.
Yes, it will be done.
So that character we just killed, that was Algernon. Yes. And he is the inspiration for the character called Algernon in SS2. Just, I like the name.
Ready.
So he's not named after the character in Flowers for Algernon.
It will be done.
I think Algernon's the rat, isn't he? It's not the character. It's been a while since I even looked into that book.
I
think this guy can identify it for it. But he's named after that character. Okay, no, this guy will not identify things.
Yeah.
I need to find a store. But the Cloak of Algernon, which we just got there, it casts Charm Person, I think once per day. And I think that in Baldur's Gate 1, there's like no saving throws against it. So basically, you can charm any character, even if they're hostile, and suddenly you have someone who will like fight on your behalf. It is super overpowered.
Yes.
And I think it has unlimited charges in the original game, so you have no reason not to use that thing. I think I can use it even though it's
yes.
Unidentified. Yeah, let's use it on this guy. There we go.
Something on your mind?
Oh, but he won't move properly because he's
he's
a static NPC. He's not meant to move.
Not a problem.
But if I find an inn and I sleep in it,
ready.
Oh no, wait, has it got? No, okay, it's run out of charges. So if I sleep again,
yeah, it will be done.
It'll recharge, and then I can just charm anyone in the game pretty much. It's crazy overpowered. I love stuff like that as well. Purposefully overpowered items like the ring we found, like that cloak we just got. You wouldn't find them usually. Like the way you're meant to get that cloak more legitimately is you're meant to go around pickpocketing people, which a thief can do.
I care not.
I know dragons with feet like rabbits. 'Tis
Pickpocket
true, I
like that.
swear.
Hopefully he won't get mad because he's friendly. Pickpockets failed. Nope. And then him would beat him unconscious. Okay,
it will be done.
Run away. Or just get out of there. But yeah, you're just meant to find that cloak by having a thief character, and you just want to go pickpocket things, and you just happen to pickpocket this cloak. It's unidentified, you don't know what it is.
I stand ready.
Eventually you identify it, and you realize, oh my god, like, this can charm anyone. That's super overpowered. Kisses, forgive me if you've already said it before, but have you played Tyranny? I played it a little bit. That's the one where it's the gods, right? And you're a servant to one of the gods. It's like a spiritual successor to this type of game. I think I played a little bit of it. I either got distracted or I never finished it. Eric says, the problem is that this came out before internet guides were a big thing. Forums existed and people would share secrets they came across more naturally. Yes. Like, this was a game if you were playing with friends, you'd be like, hey, did you find the ring? And they'd be like, what ring? And you're like, oh my god, like, there's a ring at that inn you go to, and it's made my wizard so powerful. And then the other person's like, I'm not even playing a wizard. I guess I'll play a wizard next time. But yeah, these are the kind of things you couldn't really do in games as much now, because day one there's going to be like a guide on like, here's all the secret items in a game. So either you have that mechanic with these secret items hidden where you're not meant to find them and just let players explore, and eventually there will be guides, or I guess you could try to come up with a in-game mechanic where even if you know a character has those things, you've still got to, maybe they don't have it, maybe it's a random chance, maybe you've got to do stuff first. It's a shame. The internet has definitely ruined certain things you could have in games, like secret items. It's never going to be the same. Yes, the gods are dictators. For Tyranny, yes. I think I played small amounts of it, I just didn't get very far. I also played Pillars of Eternity, which I think I liked a little bit more. I think the reason I didn't like Tyranny as much is it starts you off as being too much of a character. I like games where you can kind of find out who you are as you play, and you kind of also get to decide who you are. In Tyranny, it's like, I think you're like a general for one of those gods, and like you've already done a bunch of stuff. So I kind of like, okay, that guy's gone hostile because we pickpocketed someone before. Yeah, I like games where you have a bit more of a blank slate character, I think. Pillars I tried to play, I got a bit further in that, but Pillars is really bad for giving huge exposition dumps. I think that's something they acknowledge they do, because I was like halfway through the game and they're still just throwing all this heavy lore at me, and eventually I lost interest. It's like, this is too much. It's not voiced. You're expecting me to read all this stuff to understand what's going on. I'm out. You're right, Emma. It was boring. I think we're going to save there. And who knows who will play this game. We'll see if we can get Fallout playing next time. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's been fun for me just revisiting this game. I probably wouldn't have played this version of Baldur's Gate again unless I had reason to. I wouldn't have gotten this far. I would have just booted up, looked around. So it's been fun to revisit something like this that I've not technically played for like 15 years, maybe more, because when I would replay this, this before the Enhanced Edition, I would play a mod that imports Baldur's Gate 1 into the engine of Baldur's Gate 2, so I wouldn't even be playing with the same engine, so this has been a real blast from the past for me. Exit game. Oh, well that was fun. That was a nice distraction. Back to just chatting, there we go. But yeah, well, I don't know if we'll do this next week. I'm going to try to get Fallout working. I tried to get it working today, it just wasn't having it. I probably should have started a bit sooner to see if I could do that. But yeah, it's been fun. Kisses, go answer questions on the SS2 forums. Oh, I keep seeing that that gets posted. I'm like, oh, I should go check that out, and I always forget. I will make myself a note to go do that. I know there's probably quite a few questions built up there. I will do my best. Great stream. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. This was just a silly play around stream. I think less appeal than my normal Fallout streams, but hopefully you learned a few things. I don't think I went anywhere near in depth in terms of the mechanics of the game and things that influence me. But I don't even know if you guys are that interested in it. But like, check the game out. It's on sale right now, I think, on GOG. I'd personally recommend getting the game from Beamdog if they've got it on sale. It comes with like their own personal client, and I think it's easier to mod. I think maybe the Steam version is the most difficult one to mod, but maybe the Good Old Games version is a bit tricky as well. So check it out. I recommend getting Siege of Dragonspear, which comes with Baldur's Gate 1, and then you also get Siege of Dragonspear. I don't like Siege of Dragonspear. It's a... So, okay, background. Beamdog was founded to create the enhanced edition of the Baldur's Gate games, I think. But that's the first thing they did, and it's led by one of the original developers from Baldur's Gate, Trent Oster, I want to say his name is. So they made the enhanced edition, and they decided to... So they did in Baldur's Gate 1, Baldur's Gate 2 enhanced edition, and then they decided they wanted to make their own Baldur's Gate game, and so they made Siege of Dragonspear, and that takes place between Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. Problem is, I don't think Beamdog's very good at writing. So in the enhanced editions of the games, they introduced new characters. They legally weren't allowed to change anything in those games, and I think that's for the best. They only were allowed to do like updated mechanics. But story content they weren't allowed to touch. So what they did was they introduced like 3 new NPCs you could have as companions. Problem is, they're really bad writing. I don't like the new companions. I don't think they fit in. They stand out as not belonging. I don't think the writing is particularly good. I think the characters are kind of boring. Only one of them is vaguely interesting, but even he is just... He's just a really bad character. And so Siege of Dragonspear, they created this middle game where they wrote everything, but it's so bad. I feel sorry for anyone who's played it and liked it and is listening to this now. But I played it for the... Like, I bought it when it came out because I'm a huge Baldur's Gate fan. Like, I even have Baldur's Gate 3, even though you guys know my feelings about that. That was actually bought for me by Cobus, I think, so thank you, Cobus. Because I said I probably won't buy it until it's on sale. Like, I knew I wouldn't like it, but I was still going to buy it. So I bought Siege of Dragonspear, even knowing that I didn't like Beamdog's writing, and I played it for the first time as soon as it came out, and within 30 seconds, I rage quit. It took 30 seconds for me to go, nope, because the writing was just so bad, and it took me out of it so fast. I was like, I can't play this. I cannot play it. So I think it took me like 3-4 years for me to get around to playing Siege of Dragonspear, and I went in knowing, I'm like, I'm gonna hate this. I know I'm gonna hate it, but I want to see what's there. And so I managed to give it a second chance, and I'm glad I did, because there are things in it I like. The story is not one of those things. The writing is not one of those things, but I'm a huge snob when it comes to writing and story and those kind of stuff. Which makes sense, because I'm a writer. But there's things in it I like there's new items I like, the music was pretty good, the new areas were fun to explore, there's some okay quests. It's just the implementation of how you're meant to play. The story has nothing to do with your character, it's written not very well, the new NPCs I hate, I think. But there are enough elements there that I think you could create a good story out of what's there. So one of my personal goals someday is to go and rewrite that entire game. It's possible. It's trickier to make mods for Baldur's Gate than it is for, say, Fallout, but it's not crazy difficult. Like, people have made full conversion mods for Baldur's Gate, and the tools are there. Like, I have some of the tools to mod Baldur's Gate. I've made some very simple mods. I've met at least one person. No, okay, I've met at least 2 people who have said they would be interested in helping me make a Baldur's Gate mod. Cynical's one of them. She may have changed her mind since, because we have a lot more work to do these days. But she might want to make art for it. She might want to do some writing for it. I don't know. Another is a musician who we started working with recently on King Gaff Creations, called Jazz Hands. That's his online handle. I'm not sure if he'd be happy with me sharing his name. But you will get to hear some of his music in Bard's College Expanded. And he is also a big Baldur's Gate fan, and he's shown interest in working on a personal project of Siege of Dragonspear remake at some point, maybe. So I've got 2 people in my team to make a Baldur's Gate mod. I think I might need some more people, because there's more scripting and coding that you need to do. It's really simple, like compared to Fallout, so I can probably learn this, but it is not my expertise. So one day I will mod Siege of Dragonspear and I'll completely rewrite it, and if you enjoy Baldur's Gate, you'll enjoy my rewrite of Siege of Dragonspear, because it's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I know exactly what I want to do with it. I just need to sit down and do it. Anyway, that's been my playthrough of Baldur's Gate and me ranting about that game I always rant about. If you guys enjoyed it, I might do it next time. I'm hoping to get Fallout working, but I think we're going to call it there for today. I will definitely check in on the forums, Kez. I'll try and answer those questions. But until then, thank you very much for joining me. We'll be streaming next week unless something comes up. It might be Fallout, it might be Baldur's Gate, it might be a different game, we'll see. But for now, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.